Hi, I'm Salvador Palma.
I'm Coach Nancy.
And I'm Robert, PK Move.
And welcome to Lesson 10 of PK Move at Home. Today we are going to review all the techniques that we learned in the previous 9 lessons. Here we go. For Lesson 1, we taught you how to set up and use an agility ladder. We also covered variations on ground kongs and taught you precision landings. In Lesson 2, we taught agility drills on a curb or step. Then we explored quadrupedal movement or QM crawl, as well as some other variations. We taught the coffee grinder, which is a fun breakdancing type movement, which can add a lot of flair to your lines. In Lesson 3, we covered plyo jumps and raised the challenge for quadrupedal movement by bringing you up off the ground and into a cat balance or QM balance. In Lesson 4, we showed you how to use your parkour skills on a sofa. We also demonstrated the sit and spin. In Lesson 5, we taught the running pre and a cool move called the scoop. In Lesson 6, we included the step vault as well as the pencil roll. For Lesson 7, we examined some basic biomechanics used in parkour movements to make sure your form is correct. We also took a look at breathing techniques to help you maximize your strength and stamina. In Lesson 8, we went over upright balance, and Lesson 9 was the quad jump and the backwards roll. Some of these movements are obviously better suited to indoors, but all may be modified to work outside. Be cautious and follow local and federal health guidance when practicing outdoors. If you are allowed to practice in a park, be sure to use common sense rules to lower the chance that you will come into contact with the virus. That means choosing an area that is low traffic, so there aren't so many people in that area that have, for example, touched a handrail. But you've got to keep in mind that other people have probably touched it at some point, so you're going to want to be sure not to touch your face while you're practicing, and definitely wash your hands as soon as possible when you are done.
To kick off our warm-up, we're going to be doing the ratchet squat. Not to be confused with the ratchet squat. Your squat should be perfect by now. Just move up and down slowly as you get lower and lower and lower, and then ratchet yourself up, squeezing your butt, keeping your back straight. And we'll do one more of those. Make sure you're straightening your back from the upper part of your back, not your lower back. We'll go into the parkour squat now, weighted in the balls of your feet and the butt as you sit down and squeeze up. Do not throw your lower back out like this. Keep the hips tucked in and use your upper back to straighten out. When you reach with your arms, it's with your upper back, not throwing out your lower back. Keep your core tight, butt squeezed, on to the next. Just bounce up and down, very light, side to side, front and back, side to side again, like you're skiing. All right, up and down, and then from one foot to the other, just hop, press one ball of the foot in the ground, and pull the other toe. And now we'll go into jumping lunges. Just like with the squats, make sure your hips are tucked in, getting a nice stretch in your hip flexor. Push with both feet. All right, now let's get onto the ground into the dead bug position. We're gonna start here in dead bug, as we saw in a previous video, and I want you, without letting your legs or arms touch the ground, I want you to roll over into a Superman on your stomach. And then just like in the pencil roll, I want you to roll back onto the back. Keep on rolling.
A fun way to start these movements is by playing a game we call add-on. If you're working with a sibling or someone in your household, then you can take turns of what movement to add on, which kind of mixes it up a little bit. But you can also play this by yourself.
Add-on is a useful game in that it trains you to build your line step by step, rather than rushing all the way through.
Some tips for moving through your line. Try not to do a little stutter step in between techniques, and also watch out for pauses. So once you get the movement order down and you feel confident in it, start counting the number of steps that you're taking for the whole line and try to reduce that number so that you get a smoother flow between obstacles. Once you get through your line, you should think about what lead foot or arm, hand that you're using as you go through it, and try to do it on the other side. So you're always going to favor your strong side. Try to use your other side as well to mix things up and make it more challenging for yourself. Here are a few of our coaches doing combinations. After you watch this video, please send us a video of yourself doing a line.
Notice that I've picked a path away from pedestrian traffic. There's no cars here, most everyone is walking on the other sidewalk, and there isn't really a pathway here for people to use. Started with the quad jump, to step vault, then back, plyo jump, back to coffee grinder, to scoop, backward roll, up into agility ladder, around the pole, running pre, down to cat balance, up to bipedal balance, finally step down. I forgot to do the pencil roll here. When the line gets so long that you forget the moves you've put together, it's time to start over.
I'm going to be doing a line for you guys. See if you can keep up. The agility ladder, the step vault, the pencil roll, QM crawl, a variation of the scoop, a precision jump. We're going to finish it with the agility ladder again.
Let's cool down. Let's start with the couch stretch. The top of your foot on top of the couch and your knee on the ground with your shin parallel to the side of the couch. Put your other foot out to support, straight, strong, and push your hips forward. Reach up. Oh, this is a good one. And the other side. Now let's stretch out our calves. Put hands and feet on the ground and put your weight down into your heel on one foot and just kind of keep your back straight and just kind of push into that. Really stretch out the calf. And sit down into dragonfly position with your sit bones flat on the ground, feet together, knees down, pull your back straight, pull your legs in as far as they can go, and then slowly lift your knees up, slowly lift your knees, push your knees down, lift them up, and down, up, and down, up, and down, and then just flap those little dragon wings. Yeah. Alright, from here to open up, and we're going to stretch out different parts of our back here. I'm going to reach forward and grab your toes, and press your toes forward, and your back out, straighten your back, and press your toes, curve your back, and press your toes. Then reach across to the opposite toe, and push that toe out, pulling your upper body forward as you twist. Oh, I don't know any other stretch that gets that part of the back that this one does. Reach over, push, pulling your arm forward, and as you twist. Oh, it feels so good. Yeah, I might have to play around with it a little bit. Let's work our back out a little bit. Grab your knees and just roll back and forth. Make sure you're doing this on a very soft surface like a carpet or grass. Never, ever, ever do this on a hard surface unless you want to ruin your spine for all eternity. Ugh. It's especially good on carpet. And then spin yourself around. Get your legs up on the couch and relax your back. Feel the pressure sinking you down into the carpet, down into the floor, down underneath the ground. Make sure your lower back is sitting straight and flat, pressing the lower back especially down into the ground. And then finally, I want you to reach your feet up over your head, pressing with your arms, stabilizing with your arms, and just reach over. You can point your toes to either side and just stretch. Open them up a little bit and push them straight. Now, same thing when they're together. Push them up, straight, and slowly roll your back down flat into the ground and relax. Okay? That's all, folks.
Thanks so much for joining us for PK Move at Home. We hope you enjoyed this series. Have fun out there, train safe, and keep moving.